Hey everybody, today we're going to do a screencast on the book of Proverbs. I think it's chapter 8 today. It's wisdom speech in the book of Proverbs. So I'm going to be doing that today as a screencast. Going to try that technology out again. Let me know, give me a comment about how you like it. Now there's one thing that in these screencasts that I don't care for, but it'll be fixed whenever we purchase the software. And that is the watermark. There's a watermark that comes across the middle of the screen. It says TechSmith Camtasia. So that's just going to be there until we get rid of the free version and start using the paid version. But take a look at this today. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comment below. And I appreciate you watching. I hope you're having a grand day. Love you. Bye. Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at Proverbs chapter 8, Proverbs 8, and when I began this study, I wanted to call it the School of Wisdom because we have these My Son lessons all the way through, beginning chapter 1, chapter 2, all the way through the entire book. And so you have the father or the teacher speaking to the son or the student, giving them these lessons to learn. Now, chapter 8, what we come to is convocation. So they've taken a break, and this is convocation day. And as you look at the outline here on the screen, you'll notice that we have an introduction by our teacher. He's talking about wisdom, and that's going to be our speaker. And he gives us a little introduction here, beginning in verse 1, all the way down here through verse 3. She cries at the gates, the entry of the city, the coming in at the doors. We've already had this told about her, but she told it in her own words back in chapter 1 or chapter 2, and actually was calling out to the sons of men. We saw this happening. Now she's being introduced in our convocation as the speaker, and he tells us about wisdom and where she's been and what she's doing. Then we have her speech proper outlined for us. The guest speaker in the school of wisdom, unto you, O men, I call. So here she's calling out to men to listen to what she has to say, and she gives this little intro here. You simple understand, ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Again, very much like what we had back in chapter 2. She gives a call to action. She wants them to hear. So she says, listen to me, for what I'm about to tell you is important. You'll notice that I have in verses 6 through 9, I've sort of separated, I've pulled apart these verses and put them in two columns because I want you to feel the nature of the Hebrew poetry here. The couplet with its parallelism. I will speak of excellent things. The opening of my mouth shall be right things. So you see this back and forth, this parallelism that happens. This is proper Hebrew poetry, and she begins her call to action with this poetic speech here beginning in verse 6. In verses 10 through 12, we have her better than statement. So everything she's about to tell you, she says is better than silver, gold, rubies, whatever you might want to desire, better than witty inventions, because only through her can you find out witty inventions. So she gives you the call to action with poetry. She gives you the better than statement there. This, what I'm about to tell you, is better than all these things. And then the kernel or the husk of her speech is found there in verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. So she tells us really all we need to know right here in one verse. This is what she's about. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and to hate evil. So love the Lord, hate evil. We've seen that before in the Psalms. We've seen it in Ecclesiastes. We've see it here in Proverbs. It's all over the Old Testament. And then she gives us some things. She says, if you want to be a wise leader, okay, so by me kings reign. Counsel is mine. Sound wisdom is mine. Understanding. I have strength. Kings reign by me. Princes decree justice by me. Nobles rule. Judges of the earth judge by me. Okay, so all of these things happen because of wisdom. So if you want to be a wise man, you want to live a life of wisdom, well, here it is. You need to have her. Okay, so she's selling herself now. She's already told you that what she's going to say is better than all those things that you might want. And if you want to do something correctly, if you want to lead well, then you need wisdom. Coming down here in verses 18 through 21, we have her saying that by her, now she's already told us that her knowledge or her wisdom is better than gold, silver, precious stones, anything that you might desire. Now she tells you that if you have her, you will have riches, honor, righteousness, gold, choice silver, and you will inherit substance and treasures. So, if you want all the wisdom that you need for leading and for living life, then you need her. If you want to have riches, honor, and righteousness, and choice silver, and all the rest, you need her. So she's selling now what she is and who she is and what she teaches. Then she gives us something very interesting, beginning in verse 22. Notice 22 through 29 here. This is her, well, actually through 31. This is her origin story. And her origin story is about when the Lord made the world. I was with him, she says. Before the works of old, I was set up. I was brought forth. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills, I was brought forth. So this is when it all began. God is the one who did this, and he did it with her first. Before anything else, wisdom was created. Then 26 through 29, we have, when he did this, when he prepared the heavens, when he established the clouds, when he gave to the sea its decree, that the water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundation of the earth, all of those things happened, and she was there, and she watched it. So this is a point where she's trying to sell you on herself. She's just not some Johnny-come-lately. No, she's been around for a long time, and she wants you to have what she has. She was by him. She was daily his delight, rejoicing before him. Rejoicing, and her delights were with the sons of men. Notice how she ends that. So her origin is important. It comes on the backside of her speech, and she wants us to understand that she's somebody who can give exactly what she's promising. And then in 32 through 36, we have this final my son lesson. She says, hearken to me, O ye children. Okay, so then we have a my son lesson, but this time it doesn't come from the father or the teacher. It comes from our guest speaker. She says there, blessed are they that keep my ways. Boy, this sounds exactly like one of the my son lessons that we've had previously, doesn't it? Hear instruction and be wise. Blessed is the man that hears me. Whoso finds life finds me. He that sins against me wrongs his own soul. So the my son lesson, the takeaway is, if you have me, there's blessing, there's instruction, there's wisdom, there's favor from the Lord. All of those things come because of wisdom. And where does wisdom begin? We have to go back up here to verse 13. Remember, this is the kernel of all that she has to say. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. That is her central message. All the rest of it happens because of that. All right, well, I hope this finds you well. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.